Wow. This game is really stupid. It really is. And it doesn't have to be. It really doesn't have to be, but it is. This game is really fucking stupid. Really fucking stupid. I don't care for the art. I don't care for the combat system. The platforming is annoying as hell. The dialogue, yeah, it's pretty bad. Okay. I would consider doing a Let's Play of this, just so you guys could get a better understanding of what this game is, but I'm sure there are probably already others out there who have done Let's Plays, and I'm sure everybody's probably seen a review for El Shaddai already. I'd only heard of it, I'd never played it. But everything I've heard about it has really not inspired anything about it. This game is really, really stupid. First cutscene I ever watched for this, and before I played it, I read the little booklet on the story for it, and the story sounds interesting. You're a sage who was invited into heaven, and while you're there, there are seven Gregorian angels, watchers, who fall in love with certain aspects of man while they were watching them, and they decide to descend into heaven and live among humans. And while I was first reading it, it doesn't really go into, why it is decided that these Gregorian angels are seen as renegades and evil, and then decide to send a warrior down who's a sage, by the way. That's stupid. Because all you know about your character is that he was a sage, or he was some sort of a priest while on Earth. And so it's decided that God sends you down to find the fallen angel and send them back to heaven. Sounds like a good story. It's not told very well. It's really not. And the first opening cutscene is a monologue from the Lucifer character, and I know what you're thinking. You hear the name Lucifer, first thing you think of is that supposed to be a twist on Lucifer? But I guess not. And the first opening cutscene is treated very oddly. Because when you look at this cover, and then you read the little booklet on the story, you think of something far more different than what is represented in the gameplay when you play this game. I was thinking maybe RPG meets kind of an adventure title, with some of the trappings of platforming. But no. That would be thinking too much or too highly of this game. This game is not very good. It's really not. I really don't like it. I played it for probably a couple of hours now. Okay. To best describe how this game feels to me, it feels like a ripoff of Final Fantasy in terms of looks, mostly, in terms of art style, but just done very badly. Because I'll admit, Square Enix, when it comes to their art style, they are really able to make things look very grand and very beautiful and very colorful as well. This isn't. This fucking isn't beautiful. Oh, everything's cell shaded into one same fucking color. When you first ascend on Earth, if I think you are on Earth, everything is gray. Gray or very light bluish. My first thought is, who the hell thinks this is beautiful? This is boring. This is bland. This isn't interesting. And the platforming is very annoying. And not very precise. At least it doesn't feel very precise. And the combat is very repetitive. You just hit one button over and over again. Yes, you do get you get 3 different weapons, but you can't switch between them. The only time you really can is whenever you encounter an enemy and you stun them, and then you take away their weapon and then you purify it. That's really the only way in which you can switch between weapons. Well, from what I understand, you can use your fists, but it's not recommended. There's a bladed weapon called the Arch that does look like a bow, but as someone described it, it looks like one of those Klingon blades. I don't remember what they're called. Or there's a long-range weapon known as, I think it's called a Glade. I think. It's a long-range weapon. And then there's the Veil, that is pretty much these giant shielded fists that you're given. And probably the strongest weapon in the game so far. I rented this. I rented it just to find out what it was like, and I'm glad I didn't pay for it. Granted, it only would have been about $18. Would have bought it used and probably would have returned it after playing it. But yeah, this is not a very good game. I mean, there's a scene where after you've descended on Earth, you come upon Lucifer, who's talking to God on a cell phone. And I'm wondering, okay, are we supposed to be taking this shit seriously or no? And going back to the first opening cutscene that's supposed to be explaining the story, before the start menu comes up and all that, it feels like it's something that was pulled right out of No More Heroes. And I never really played No More Heroes. I played one of the sequels that was later ported. And No More Heroes, I understand, was meant to be, a comedy and not taken seriously. But is El Shaddai supposed to be taken seriously or not? Because it feels like they don't really know how they want the story to be taken. And the animation of the characters does not look good. It really doesn't. It looks like... The animation on the characters looks like something done from 1996. Particularly when you get up close on the characters' faces. It looks like bad polygoning. But the cell shading looks like it's hiding it. What's this game made? Who the hell cares? Game probably came out a couple of years ago. But still, this looks like crap. And it plays like crap. So that's probably why not too many people have heard about it. And if they had, they probably had heard about it from somebody's review. There you go. El Shaddai, Ascension of the Metatron. A story that sounds interesting, but it's not executed properly, and the gameplay rather sucks. there you go.